Hello and welcome to another video from Midas Touch Toys, Games and Collectibles. And today, we've got something very exciting again to have a look at. We are looking at the 1975 release by Dinky Toys from their Gerry Andersons Space 1999 series of die-cast model replicas. And this particular item we are looking at today is of the Eagle Transporter, which obviously appeared in the television show Space 1999. Okay, so this is the item as it comes. Now, this item obviously from 1975 is nearly 50 years old. It will be 50 years next year. So obviously you can see that there is some wear on this particular item. So the plastic bubble that holds the item onto the plinth is a little bit squashed and broken and discoloured. Now that's common with these because it is only plastic and they were only there to hold the item together, and they quite often suffered. This particular item was an unsold shop stock item. We found it in a shop when we emptied out the store area that obviously the shop had closed down, and we bought all the stock and we found it in the storage area. Obviously there was loads of things piled on top of it, which I think is why the bubble was in the condition it was. We did find some plastic pieces beside it which had obviously broken off of the bubble, but I mean it still fits on top of the plinth nicely, but it is a little bit squashed at the back there, and being the fragility of this particular plastic, I don't want to try and straighten it because it could all fall to pieces. So anyway, so that is the plastic bubble. I'm just going to remove it so we don't damage it any further and take it out of the way, and there we can have a better view of the actual Eagle Transporter. But before we do that, I'm just going to pop the Eagle around the back. So I want to have a look at the plinth. So this is an original plinth, obviously from 1975. It does say on the ATV license in 1975. The product confirms the British standard BS 3443. Meccano, who was the owner of Dinky Toys. And then you've got images of the Eagle Transporter, as you can see an image there. And it shows you how to release the pod by pressing the button at the top. And if we turn the box around, actually before we do that, it says Dinky Toys, Eagle Transporter, Space 1999, die-cast metal, and it's number 359. And if we turn the pod to the side, you can see that the button's pressed and the pod's lowered, and if you push the Eagle down, it is spring loaded feet and it will lock the pod back into position. Okay, and the end of the tray, it says Dinky Toys 359. And on this particular side, again, you can see that they've got the pod and the door opens to reveal the entrance. And it says, made by Meccano Limited, Binns Road, Liverpool, L13, 1DA, England. And the telephone number's even on there, 051 228 2701. Whether it's all still valid or not, I somehow doubt it. Alpha Moon Base. And on the side, again, it's got Dinky Toys, Eagle Transporter, Space 1999, number 359. And on this side, again, it's got Eagle Transporter based on the Gerry Andersons TV series Space 1999, Dinky Toys 359, and then we're back round to the front, and you've got the product of all of its standards. You've got the Meccano logo and whatever that is, I can't quite read that, something stamp. But it's got the letter A, so I'm assuming maybe it's Anderson, I don't know. It's got printed in England, copyright 1975, Meccano Limited. So that's the plinth. Now I'll just turn it over to the bottom, and you see the tape that's holding it together began to lift off, but it just shows you how to unclip the plastic bubble. But obviously it doesn't really matter in this case because the bubble on the edges is broken. So anyway, this is the Eagle, and what a beautiful looking model it is. Now, obviously 40 years, there's been a little bit of here where the sticker has began to come away, or is it supposed to be like that? I'm not sure. to be fair. But anyway, it does to me. It looks like the sticker has slightly come away. Maybe it's been from rubbing on the plastic bubble. I don't know, but it is there, because on the other side, yeah, there's a little bit that's come away at the bottom. So maybe that's just because of age, it started to come away. Other than that, I've got to say it's immaculate. There's no marks, scratches, damage or anything to it. It is in absolutely pristine condition. Okay, so let's drop the pod. So zoom out a little bit and we press the button and the pod drops, and whew, off the eagle goes and away it goes again. So let's have a look at the pod first of all. So the pod's got these doors that drop down, and then you've got the steps on the inside of the door, and there's one either side. Yep, so then you can see all the way through, and if you just look inside there, you can see there's another door leading to the front and back. I can just get my finger in there, but you can't actually get in there, obviously. But that's the inside of the pod. And obviously on the bottom, you've got the landing feet. And it says Meccano Limited, Dinky Toys, and it's got Eagle on there. And it's got ATC licensing United, limited, ACC licensing limited 1974. And it's got Made in England at the top there. And again, there's the thrusters at the bottom there. So that is the pod. Now, like it shows you on the box, you can just drop the Eagle back down in front, and you can push it down, and it's locked back on, and up it goes. And that's simply because the feet are sprung loaded. So, yep, you can just push it in, and away they go. So that was the idea behind the spring loaded of the feet. So you can drop the pod, take off, put the pod back, put the Eagle back down, push it down, and it's picked up the pod and off it goes. So you can see this one's got the yellow thrusters on the side of the legs, and you've got the red bottles and the silver thrusters at the back, or the silver rockets at the back. So because this was the first issue of the Eagles. Now they did change them. Some of them had the thrusters as red and the bottles as silver. Some of these had the side thrusters as red. So there was some differences on these. They did alter them slightly. I presume it's so that you knew they were from the first release, the second release, the third release, and so on. But I think there was 4 or 5 different releases, all generally the same. There was even a blue one that was released, one that had a blue body on it. So, but anyway. This one is completely die-cast metal. Let's just take the pod off again. So the whole body of it is die-cast metal. The center section is die-cast metal with plastic molding, plastic coated molding over the top for the framework, but the actual main bar is all die-cast metal. The rockets, these rockets here are plastic, as are the ones at the back. These ones at the back are plastic. The bottles are all die-cast metal. Obviously the pads are die-cast metal, landing pads are die-cast metal, and the nose and bridge is also all die-cast metal, as is the button, obviously the button and release mechanism. The pod is also all die-cast metal. The only plastic on this is the doors, the landing points and the thrusters. So other than that, it's all oh yeah, of course, and the red perspex, which is obviously the windows, the skylights. So that is what it's made of. So let's get some measurements on this, and then we've got a good idea of the size wise. So lengthwise, from the front of the nose cone to the back of the pod, we're looking at about 22.5 centimeters long. Height wise, let's measure from the top of the bar to the lowest point of the feet, and we're looking at 4 centimeters. And width wise, the widest point is going to be from the landing pads to the landing pads, and that's 9 centimeters across. So that's the size of the Eagle. The size of the pod, well, that is a length of 7.5 centimeters. Width wise, we're looking at wide is 0.4 centimeters, and height wise, again, from the tallest point to the lowest point, we're looking at 3 centimeters, which is from the top of the roof to the bottom of the landing pad. Okay, so that is the Eagle and the pad. But I must say, I mean, it is in absolute pristine condition. I'm so pleased with this one. It is absolutely brilliant. I can't fault it at all. It is just such a nice model. I mean, Dinky really did do the television show justice. The only criticism, if it's a criticism, is they made these in strange colours, because obviously the ones on the screen were all white, and they decided to make it green, and I can't think why they would have done that. Or maybe they had excess coloured paint and they think it would be more attractive to children to be green than all white. However, they did do the Eagle freighter, and they did make that all white, so I'm not quite understand why they did the transporter green. But like I say, maybe it was just to attract the children to buy it. I don't know. So how well did these do? Well, these done bloody well. You know, they went on for years. They did produce 4 or 5 different versions of these, so it just goes to show you that it was obviously selling for them to produce version 1, which is what this is. This is a first release. Then there was version 2, version 3, version 4, version 5, and so on. So yeah, they obviously done incredibly well. And Dinky Toys at the time, they were the first to come out with these die-cast series from the TV show, and they have just sold phenomenally. So over the years, I don't know how many were sold, but it's been huge. Although they stopped producing them in the 70s, when obviously the TV series was off air, had finished, and the hype on Space 1999 has somewhat died, and so the line was eventually dropped. Shame really, because they just fantastic. Yeah, I'll tell you what would be great is if they reissued them. If I know Dinky's not around anymore, but Corgi have actually released some Dinky toys, and I wonder, wouldn't it be great if Corgi actually released an original Dinky, a remade of the original Dinky, like they do in their classic series. But anyway, I've digressed there. So finding them in this condition, mint condition, on the plinth, even though it's got a damaged plastic cover, however, you wouldn't display it with a cover on anyway, so don't really think that's going to make much of a difference. But find them in this condition, incredibly difficult, almost impossible in actual fact. You can pick the Eagles up anywhere. There were so many of them that was produced, but you can pick them up on all the platforms, but they're usually unboxed, they've been played with, there's damage to them, or they're missing bits, or they're broken, or what have you. But mint condition ones like this is almost impossible to find these days. However, yes, you know it, we at Midas Touch have managed to find a few, and they're currently available to purchase on the Midas Touch website, which you can get to quite simply by clicking the link below. It'll take you straight to the website, and you'll be able to find this and many other vintage Gerry Anderson items, and many other vintage toys, games and collectibles come to that. There's over 10,000 products currently available on the website for you to view and purchase at your leisure. And also don't forget to hit the subscribe button, because we are uploading videos for every new item that goes into the website. There will be something for everybody, and I am absolutely positive you don't want to miss this, because we literally have thousands and thousands of new products which we're shooting videos for and uploading on a daily basis. So if there is something in particular you are looking for, something old that you've never been able to find, something quirky you might want to buy for a friend, or maybe just something from your childhood that you'd like to own again to help you recuperate those long-lost childhood memories, well, stay tuned, keep watching, because you never know the next item we upload could be that item you've been looking for. Okay, that is it for me on this particular item. I hope you've enjoyed this very short video. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again soon.